Hey guys, what's up and welcome back to the game after the update, and we have a lot of things to talk about today. And as you can guess that in this video I'm going to talk about the boss syndrome volume 4 characters BS Goenitz and BS Leona. We're going to check out their kits, their skills, their course, and we'll try to define their usability in the game, and we'll try to form a verdict that are these characters worthy to pull or which one of these characters is good or not. So all these verdicts will come to know. So make sure you give this video a like and subscribe to my channel, my friends, because we are bringing all the updates regularly that you need to know. So without much waste of time, let's start our topic today, my friends. First things first, let's talk about this bonker guy right here, and look at this effect. My goodness, I would just stare at him at all. So check out his skills, and from the first skill, this is going to inflict damage, go to 810% of attack, increase target's damage received by 28%. This is massive, my friends. This is massive, and also it is going to apply bloodshed for 7 seconds to the target upon landing a hit, guard included. And me see that is landing a hit means what? So far we have seen that people are having things by landing critical hit, landing active hit skill, but this is talking about landing a hit and also guard included, of course. But landing a hit means any sort of hit, my friends, and by that I am inclined to believe that his aura thing that surrounds him actually will give a hit as well, as we have seen in the previous trailer. So bloodshed will be all the way on your character. So there is a high chance that this hit thing is going to make a big difference. And of course bloodshed is going to be highly useful dot in different places, including some guilds and immortals as well, but not so much in guild, but in immortals. Great. Second skill, going to inflict damage, going to gain hyper armor, which is both super armor and damage immunity for 3 seconds, which has become an ideal thing for this type of characters, so no big deal. And also giving 60% chance to remove target super armor or hyper armor when landing a hit on a target with hyper armor and super armor. And once again, this landing a hit thing coming again and again is not about landing active skill, landing basic skill. It is just about landing any sort of hit, and this is going to be massive, my friends, massive. But this skill is going to be a grab skill, which is going to be a bit of problematic, but thank goodness that there is no dot in this skill, so no problem. And rest of the skills we can see a mixed bag of blast skills, strike skills, and everything around. So let's move on to the next dot or skill, that is going to inflict damage equal to 7.9% and used to increase attack by 35% for 7 seconds and deal additional damage equal to 20% of attack upon landing a hit on a bleeding target. And remember that this guy will keep applying bleeding constantly, and that will give this extra benefit from this skill as well. So all our skills are actually supporting each other. The skills are actually supporting the dots, which is massive, my friends, which is really massive, and you will enjoy really playing with him. And as last skill, which is going to make you smile, my friends, because this is going to inflict damage equal to 30 and 90%, which is good. And as a bonus, this is going to deal shock damage equal to 35% of attack to the target for 1 second for 7 seconds upon landing a skill. Now you see that this is requiring a landing of a skill. That means you need to land this skill, that is this skill right here. I'm sorry, actually this is not a skill, it is actually a finisher. And this finisher is actually going to do a shock damage, and shock is a very highly useful dot, you guys know that, because shock is used against lunatic mood in Geese Howard. So very much good things around here. The problem with this is this shock damage is not from any skill, so that's a kind of a bummer. because it could have been amazing if there was a shock in skill, because you have to use your skills in order to break the meter of the boss or anything else. But still, then again, this finisher itself is going to inflict shock damage, so this is going to break the meter as well. So win in both ways, but we still need to test these things, because having dots in the finisher is not so common in all those characters, and this is an uncommon feature. So now let's check out the course of this character, and you can see that ideal 30% power charge gain, no hunky punky from net marble this time, straightforward, and also critical damage rate of 18% increase. Amazing, my friends. Attack entry increased by 150, continuous damage, enhanced bleed. I wish it would have been shock or something, but still bleed is good. Okay, no problem. Skill enhanced will be blast, so only blast skill will get that 8% increase of damage increase, and once again critical rate of 3.2%. so we having critical rate of 18% right here, critical rate 3.2% once again. That's massive, my friend. That's about 21%, 1.2% of critical rate from the core. Oh my lord. And now we go to the exceptional course, that is the Orochi for Heavenly King. That is going to have 50% chance to apply fear to attacker when for 2 seconds when attacked, okay, and increase active skill damage on bleeding target by 80%. Okay, so whenever your target or opponent is in bleeding, then this character is going to deal 80% extra active skill damage. That means his active skill is going to do 80%, which is almost near to 100%. That is about double, nearly double amount of damage when the character or opponent will be in bleeding. And as you know that there is a lot of options here to actually make the character bleeding, because the skills are going to reset, and 70% chance to reset active skill cooldown upon landing a hit on shocked targets. Now this is amazing because this one single core here is supporting both the dots, and as you know that we are having shock from the finisher and we are having bleeding from the skills, and this is going to be immense as it's going to 70% chance to reset active skill cooldown. That is basically whenever you apply the shock to your opponent, and afterwards whenever you are going to hit the target. And my friends, remember that this is a hit. This is not a critical hit or active skill hit, anything. This says this cooldown upon landing a hit. That means any sort of hit that can be out of the aura, that can be active skill, that can be basic skill, that can be anything, to be honest, my friend. Exceptional core, this is going to totally support the character and the dots directly, which is going to be immensely useful against bosses who are vulnerable to shock. For example, I would say there are a couple of immortals, I guess I say, and of course Geese Howard in lunatic mood, extremely he is going to be really useful. Now we're going to see the second core here. This is going to cast a shield. This is going to absorb damage for 7 seconds when using an active skill, and remove the shield when attacked 20 times. Now this is a great shield mechanism, my friends, because there is no relation with health or HP coming down 50% or going above 50% or anything. Just basically whenever you are using any sort of active skill, then there is a chance to that your character will be under this shield. And this shield mechanism is almost as similar as the BS Phantom Ruler Ignis. Damn good, my friends, which is going to be really amazing. And as you can see that of course usually the shield will be gone after the 20 or so hits with a cooldown of 15 seconds. And as boss syndrome as exclusive core is going to gain 1.4% power for every 0.4 second in guard stance. And I also have a PvP exclusive that is going to gain super armor for 2 seconds when accumulated attack received reached 5 times. So These accumulated attack things we have already seen in SS volume 3, that is with SSK and SS Kula. So they have kept this thing here. So interesting core here. One thing I see that there is no some sort of immunity thing going around, but still this character has this shield, so this is going to do the work of immunity. So amazing stuff, my friends, amazing stuff. Now let's check out the skill preview right here, and look, let's just go and let's see. Beautiful and very done from a very long distance, but somehow it feels a bit slow. It should have been a bit faster, I guess, because with this speed, as you can see, I'm not sure if it is going to you can actually bypass this one, but let's see. And this one will be grab skill once again, and grab of course will not work against any bosses, but still it's going to be amazing. And Goenitz will have grab, that is usual kind of. Now let's move on to the third one and see. This one is kind of interesting, and let me see this once again. The thing is, you have to stay around the boss or stay close to the boss if you want to have the skill effects. So this is going to be helpful against certain places, but not everywhere. And let's check out the finisher here, and a very typical finisher of what we saw in the game that Goenitz has. Very nice, very classic. And let's check the another finisher once again. Great one. Mayhem. I really love to see him doing these sort of things, man. Mayhem. But we already have this thing in the game. So we're going to check the exclusive finisher here, and look at this. Yummy. Oh my god. Look at this. I'd say somewhat similar to the previous finisher, but that reading of the book thing, that is getting certain feelings, my friends. Amazing skills, amazing everything. So we have checked the skills, we have checked the course, we have checked the skill previews. Now let's come to the verdict that how good this character will be. Now we know that this character is going to have bleeding, and bleeding is going to help against certain immortal bosses. For example, immortal Victor out there, which is already he's going around. If you are getting this character now, you are just going to reign against him. He's going to be immensely useful damage dealing character in terms of bleeding or bloodshed, whatever you say. And also he has shock in his finisher. So basically in his core finisher, that means as much as SSQ, that SSQ has a starlight in his core finisher, so BS Goenitz has a shock in his core finisher. So this is going to be really amazing, because this character has double dots and also that shield. So this is going to be immensely useful for guild raids, especially shock is going to help immensely against nightmare geese, but still you have to be a bit cautious and very skillful player, because this character doesn't really have any sort of immunity. Yes, this character has shield, but guess what, the shield goes down whenever 20 hits are coming. And actually there is a lot of characters out there who can actually break the shields pretty much easily. Still, this character is one of the best characters in the game. So oh my god, you can see Forgo uploading videos. Okay Forgo, I'll watch your videos, no worries, but let me upload mine first. So anyways, this character is going to be dope, my friends. Super bonker character. Now let's talk about our beautiful Leona out here, and look at how hard and tough she is. Now let's check out her skills. That it is going to inflict damage equal to 760%, gain hyper armor, that is basically both super armor and damage immunity for 3 seconds, which is good, and 70% chance to remove target super armor or hyper armor upon landing. We have seen these things, that removing super armor, hyper armor thing easily in this SSK and SSQ as well, so pretty much good. And the second skill is going to inflict damage equal to 773% of attack, increase target's damage received by 27%, and apply infernal flame to target for 7 seconds upon landing a hit. And once again, this landing a hit things is coming again and again. That means you actually don't really even need to make any active skill hit or anything sort of critical hit or something. Just you need to hit this character, and you can actually hit the character by the surrounding aura the character is actually having. And we can actually not see the aura from here. We will see that from the skill preview section, but this is going to apply infernal flame. And burn, as you know guys, this is going to be really useful in guild raids against Rugal. And basically this character is actually have a lot of burn, which we will see. So for the next skill, this is going to inflict damage once again to 79%, increase attack by 55% of defense when using a skill. And once again, sir, using a skill and not an active skill. That means a basic skill will also work in this case. Amazing. And it is going to increase attack by 55% of defense. And as you know that she's a defense type unit, so she will have usually a lot of high defense stats. So a lot of attacks you are going to get, and is additionally going to deal damage equal to 50% of attack upon landing a burning target, and apply fear to enemy for 3 seconds. Holy Lord, my goodness, lot of things going around in this skill. So this is going to deal a lot of more damage to any burn damage dealing character. Amazing thing. So let's check out the core finisher, and the core finisher is also once again going to deal burn damage, and it is going to increase attack and deal burn damage to 4 times of remaining burn damage, and remove burn effect when attacking burn enemy. And tell me what it is, my friend. Guess what? This is the dot explosion. This is the dot explosion, and we already have the dot explosion in SSK dash, and we have seen that how effective that dot explosion can be. Amazing thing, my friends. Lot of burn damage, and also burn dot explosion that is totally removing the burn and dealing a huge amount of damage. And as a striker, this is going to increase Orochi clan's fighter recover. No, I don't worry about it. Let's check out the cores. And once again, 30% power charge gain. Ideal core Netmarble is not really messing this time. And once again, critical damage rate of 18%, attack increase, continuous damage enhance of burn. So she is going to be the new burn meta, my friends. I can see that. And the skill damage enhanced strike skill. And critical rate, once again, as much as Goenitz, she is going to have 2 times critical enhancement. So about 21.2% or so critical rate from the core. Pretty much impressive, my friends. Now we go to the exceptional core, that is going to be Bloody Fate. And it is going to increase target's damage received by 35% for 5 seconds upon landing Grand Saber X. And also is going to decrease active skills cooldowns by 0.5 upon landing an attack on burning target, and it is going to increase active skill damage on burning targets by 110%. Oh my lord, this is not even 100%. The Netmarble is going beyond the limit. Now this is 110%, and that is going to be huge amount of damage, especially when the the opponent will be on burn. And as we know that this character is going to apply burn or infernal flame from both her active skill and her core finisher as well. So basically, oh my god, I can see that the opponent is always will be getting a lot of hits. 110%. That's dope, my friends. Really dope. And finally, the Nightmare Revival core, that is going to cast a shield that is going to absorb damage for 7 seconds when attacked if HP is 50% or more. So the thing is, whenever your character or Leona is starting the battle, her HP is more than 50%, and then if you just do, and whenever she just attacked, she doesn't even have to land and attack or anything. She just, whenever the opponent will attack her, she will just automatically get a shield for 7 seconds, and this shield is also going to get disappeared once it is affected by 20 or so hits. And also we have a PvP exclusive that is gain super armor for 2 seconds when accumulated attack received, which is 5 times, which also we saw in Goenitz. So both of these characters are well made for both PvP and PvE. And now let's check out some skills of this beautiful lady out here. And we saw that she was really fast, and now see, oh my god, see how fast she is. Oh, beautiful slashing attacks right here, so good. And once again the power ball thing. And as I have said that aura thing is going to be activated after a certain skill, and this is not going to always be present. So these things to keep in mind, my friends. And the ideal finisher we are having, oh, beautiful. This is quite long, right? And actually this is the core finisher, which is also going to do burn damage as well. And this is the V/X, and the in-game finisher that as we have seen in other Leonas, which is going to good. And a lot of finishers. Rebel Spark, let's check it out. And we are also familiar with this one. This is one is from the in-game. Oh, beauty, always so beautiful, this one. And once again another Leona blade. What bunch of finishers, man. This girl has actually, there's a lot of characters out there, a lot of finishers. And this is going to be the V/X, the final finisher and exclusive thing of this boss syndrome character. Wow, look at this. I wish it would have been a bit longer, but still it is beautiful. And this is going to be an interrupt without any further issues. Now, after checking the skill, course, dots and everything, let's come to the verdict that this character is going to be a burn meta. To be honest, a very burn damage dealing character who will deal a lot of burn damage to your character, to your boss, or whatever he or she is. But the thing is, this character doesn't really have any other dot which kind of falls her short of Ignis and many other BS characters, because most BS characters usually have double dots, and we expect double dots from BS character, but she is not having this one. But this is what it is, my friends. And in terms of usability, actually this limits her abilities a bit, because she can go up to hard mode in Rugal, and that's it, my friends, that's it. She cannot climb up the ladder to expert or yes, of course any character can do expert and Rugal, expert and lunatic or whatever if you apply strikers. But then again, what's the point of striker if you are going to summon this sort of characters in order to beat those bosses? And I was really expecting second dot from this character, and to be honest, I am kind of not frustrated, but a bit frustrated because a boss syndrome character having one single dot is not just up to the mark, my friends. So that was our character review. Now we will move on to the cards, but overall I would say that Goenitz is way more superior than Leona, and Goenitz has actually better cores and better dots, and yeah, hell yeah. But one thing that both two characters is lacking is any sort of immunity in their core, and that might make a difference, I guess, because immunity in the core actually makes a big difference, and that is what actually make those great characters really great. For example, SS Kyo has immunity in his core, SS Yuri has immunity in his core, and lot of characters out there has certain immunity to certain dots. For example, BS Ignis has immunity to darkness, which actually helps him a lot against the lunatic mood. So anyways, immunity is the only thing that this character is lacking. So now let's move on to the cards section right here, and we'll check the cards. And first let me talk about this special card of BS Ignis. Is going to increase it is going to activate the special skill of BS Goenitz, and also an additional effect. It is going to increase attack by 10% and critical rate by 3.6% for 3 seconds. And this is amazing because increased attack of 10% of any attack type characters actually means a lot, my friends. So this is going to be really amazing. And of course, nothing to say that the card art itself is dope, my friends. Super duper dope. Now let's check out Leona Hayden's special card. This is going to be the V/X, and this is going to increase, once again, going to increase attack by 10%, critical rate by 3.6% for 10 seconds when using V/X. So they have made this effect kind of common in both these two characters. So this is amazing. It is going to increase attack by 10% for 10 seconds. I mean, that's a big deal, my friends. That's a lot of damage whenever you increase 10% attack upon nothing, because usually these CPGs doesn't really increase attack, but in this case they are doing this. Now let's talk about this option card right here, and it's a great art, my friends. As I have said already, beautiful option card right here. But in terms of effect, it is nothing really special, just the usual what we usually have in limited banner option card, that is going to increase attack by 5% and decrease skill cooldown by 1.2%. Nothing special. We are always having that. And as a bonus effect, it is going to increase attack by 13% for 5 seconds and grant super armor for 2 seconds when tagging in a boss syndrome fighter. So this type of option card is going to really helpful against guilds, especially when you are tagging in your character in or out. So you will get that extra bonus, my friends. Now let's talk about this all classic set card, and we are happy with their pictures, but let's talk about what are their effects. And it is going to be a purely attack type set, which is going to increase attack by 21% from these 3 individual cards in this 21% attack. And as an additional effect, it is going to increase the damage of boss syndrome fighters active skills by 25%. This is very good, really great, because this has no cooldown, no nothing, just simple straight increase of 20% damage of boss syndrome fighters, that is any boss syndrome fighters active skill. Amazing stuff right here. And also this is going to increase attack by 20% for 5 seconds upon boss syndrome fighters landing a blast skill. Now this effect is somewhat limiting, because you have to land a blast skill. You cannot just do with it any skill, you have to do it with a blast skill if you want to get this increase attack by 20% for 5 seconds, okay? And another fact is the set is exclusively for boss syndrome fighters, so no other fighters like SS or Collab or any other fighters will going to get benefit from this set. So in that way, this set is also kind of limiting in terms of versatility, and I don't know what to say. And also this set is actually having a PvP exclusive that is going to decrease damage received by 85%. My goodness, 85% is almost 100%, my friends, and that is as much as close as immunity for 3 seconds, of course, and while attacked in fear. And whenever your opponent or whenever your character is attacked by fear, and a lot of characters actually deals fear, you know that probably a lot of boss syndrome fighters, BS Ignis, BS Geese, all these characters are applying fear, and whenever they will apply fear, this PvP exclusive is going to decrease the character's damage received by 85%. I mean, almost close to immunity for 3 seconds. So that's a good thing. But overall, if I say that the scope of this set card is somewhat limited to boss syndrome fighters, and especially boss syndrome fighters with blast skills. And as we know that many of the skills of these characters are already some of are grab, some are strike, and none of these characters are actually having total blast skill. So that is in terms of usability somewhat problematic. I would say that you have to use a blast skill damage dealing character, and yeah, that's it. But overall, if you can match these effects, if you are using a boss syndrome character and if your boss syndrome character has the blast skill, then this set is going to be really, really amazing. And another fact is this set is not going to give you any sort of tag in bonus or anything. So basically this set is mainly made for PvP, will work so good in PvP, also in PvE as well, but not in those places where you are actually going to tag in your characters again and again. So that's it, my friends. So that was our overall review about these two characters and their cards, scores, skills and everything. And as a verdict, I would say that Goenitz is far superior than Leona, but Leona is also doing a lot of damage if applied in the right places, because burn is effective but not everywhere, guys. So that will be the thing. If you can use a great striker, then she will do a lot of damage to probably anyone. Otherwise she will she stick in her own area of burn. But in terms of versatility, this guy Goenitz has a lot of versatility. He can actually take you to the lunatic mood of Geese Howard. Can you believe it? That is the end game, my friend. That is the hardest part of the game. So I hope you guys have now a clear idea about these two characters and their cards and etc, etc. Now you guys can go ahead and make your summon decisions. And personally, I would prefer BS Goenitz, of course, because he's a red fighter and he's an attack type fighter, and also he has way superior dots, and in terms of shields, everything, in terms of everything, he is way superior than Leona. So I wish you all the best with your summons, and may luck really shine upon you. So good luck, my friends. Wish to see you soon in some other videos. Till then, stay awesome and peace out, my friends.